Hey everybody. Donka figured he'd make this video so everyone could show the normies and catch them up with some lore really quickly. The details here are sparse, and this is only supposed to give the broad strokes of everything. For more information, Tom McKinley is making a documentary to record all of this burglary. So with that, let's get started. Who the hell is Tonka? A long time ago, in a trailer park far away, probably Alabama, Tonka started life and did wrestle in many delis across the great state of Alabama. Many times Donka would engage with men wearing lycra and spandex singlets in poorly lit rings, surrounded by mostly empty chairs, grunting and sweating as they exerted themselves for the entertainment of others, often for little or no pay, and collected big gold-plated belts to accessorize. Donka's not judging, you understand, but just saying. Anyway, Donka started on a small channel on YouTube called GrappleVision, where he would put up wrestling videos and was growing a small but dedicated community of fans. Eventually, he hooked and met up with Failure, where they started doing streams on Failure's called The Cactus Show for a few months, before moving over to Tonka actual channel and started something they called The Morning Kumite. The Morning Kumite was different from other live streams in that it hosted people with internet beefs to fight it out on stream, with Tonka being the ref and probing for exposition when they needed to explain shit. This eventually led to bigger YouTubers like Andy Worski meeting and then promoting their brand of show over the same old boring live stream formats out there. As the Spencer Sargon debate and the Crown T doxing Discord drama started, Tonka capitalized on this and drew the attention of Mr. Meteor to his channel, and what they all came to call Internet Blood Sports. As the Kumite's popularity and viewership grew and grew, so did Tonka's ego. He'd often drop the referee pretense and take sides in the fights on stream and challenge people to the Fight Me IRL enough that it became a living meme. All this popularity didn't come without some haters though, as the skeptic community reacted to Internet Blood Sports with condemnation as their own community burned from within from the fallout of the Crown T scandal. Also, people like Zoom and the quote anime mafia unquote started to go after Tonka as he was doxxed during a live stream debate with Destiny, and many of his bragging claims were shown to be fake news. All this culminated in a spurgout to end all spurgouts on Bloodapalooza, which Mr. Meteor hosted. This 6.5-hour shit show was painful to all involved, and the only one who came out of it okay was Mr. Meteor, who had plenty of Super Jack cash to wipe the blood from his ears. With everyone suffering from drama fatigue, Andy and Failure met to talk about a truce with Zoom over fears of being doxxed or swatted. Tonka didn't like this, and it led to a very public falling out between Tonka, Failure, and Andy. Tonka reformed the Kumite with El Rariachi and Ian Miles Chong as co-hosts. But it's been revealed that the reason this shit show didn't do as well is because Tonka didn't want to work on the show, and just wanted to show up and yell. Exactly the same complaint Failure and Andy had about him as well. As the viewership started to decline, Tonka started to act more and more spurgy in his actions. Throughout all this, Tonka had several falling outs with other YouTubers, usually when they got tired and called him out on his bullshit. If you went against Tonka, you usually got accused of being a doxer, up to gay ops, or counted as a pedo, all without Tonka ever providing proof of any of his accusations. Eventually, Tonka went after Meteor for letting Zoom dox him during Bloodapalooza. Wait a minute, whoa, hold on, time out. Were you paying attention earlier? About the Destiny debate stream? The part where Tonka was doxxed then? Cracker, how in the hell do you get doxxed twice? Do you have some sort of magic peace pipe that takes away being doxxed? Didn't think so. Alright, end of timeout. Anyway, things started heating up in October when Andy Worski had enough of shit between Tonka and himself and started streaming his Warpath shows at the same time as the Morning Kumite. The Warpath managed to pull in many more viewers, and even stream sniped the Kumite a few times to goad Tonka into higher and higher levels of spurgery. On October 16th, Tonka lost his damn mind and tweeted out the Snapchat, quote, leaks, unquote, that accused Andy Worski of talking to a supposedly underage girl and painting him as one of Tonka's favorite bad guys. You guessed it, he painted him as a pedo. Fast forward a few days later, and Geek Thulu challenged Tonka to a fight in real life that Tonka had asked of many others. Tonka instead played defection. He said he'd fight Andy Worski first. It was not effective. And Andy had enough of his shit and accepted Tonka's fight. Come October 24th, Tara LaRosa stepped in after some shady shit went on and managed to get the fight set up in a matter of minutes on Twitter. Side note, really, if there's a victim in all this, it's Tim Loy. That poor guy had no idea of the tidal wave of autism that was coming his way, and he deserves a medal for even surviving this shitstorm. End of note. From then on, every aspect of this fight was crazy from one end to the other. From the signing of the contracts and submitting the fight promo photo, Tonka never did anything on camera, and he did it later than the deadlines. He even provided a shitty avatar pic instead of a real pic for the poster. I mean, look at this! Look at this shit! Look at those hands! How in the hell does someone... Oh, well, shit, that explains it. Never mind, moving on. In December, Andy went radio silent, and things progressed with minor flare-ups here and there, as Andy was quiet on Twitter and YouTube until January 11th, when he showed up on a stream about his workout progress, and to confirm the fight was still on. Then on the 14th, Andy streamed again with a title called The Fight Just Got Weird. Really? This whole fight? Everything about it? And just now it's getting weird, Andy? Nose candy. Go figure. It came out then that Tonka failed to submit the blood work on time. Then when he did with the extension, the promoters couldn't use it as he had submitted blood work with a different name and ID than the name and ID he used to sign the contract. Oh, God damn it. Really? Well, after that, the fight was off. Andy still went to Knoxville by flying into Nashville. Nose candy, anyone? And Andy got to weigh in and had a few moments in the ring where instead of fighting, he got to dump on Tonka. Tonka also streamed a nearly hour-long video apology where he rambled about nothing significant, took 20% of the blame, and which could be summed up in one word. Miserable. Tonka then retracted his apology in screenshots from Discord and promised new info coming out to change things. Still waiting. Moving on. Shortly after, Tonka deleted all his videos off his channel, including his apology video, and after a few days later rebranded it as Wrestling Today, where he hosted one live stream so far, to the jeers of many, and over 3,000 dislikes so far. While many think this might be the end of Tonka, Donka isn't so sure. Locals are miraculous creatures. They give milk for free all the time. They do it whether you want it or not, and they almost never stop giving it. Donka is sure we will see more of Tonka in the future. But for now, Donka is going to find a very large bottle of firewater, because distilling this much autism has Donka dangerously close to overexposure, and Donka's been sick. Thank you. What? No, wait, no. Oh, no. We've landed on the planet of the